All right, so the last thing I did, squatting. So first I put on the heavy weight, walked it out, brought it back. Did the partial squats where I set it down, come back up. And then the last thing I did was full range of motion all the way down to the bottom, just past 90. So you don't have to go all the way down. Really, a full range of motion squat is more like those power squats I did where I set down the rack and powered up. That's plenty for your quads, plenty for your hamstrings and glutes. If you're going all the way down, you're more or less, you're doing it. I mean, if you ever want to compete in a powerlifting competition, yeah, you do have to go all the way down. It can potentially be dangerous. You notice on the very last one, I actually put a belt on because textbook, you should never go so low on a leg press or a squat where your hips rotate. So obviously, if you're going all the way down, there is hip rotation. That's potentially really dangerous on your lower back. So you notice I actually put a belt on, even though it's not that heavy. I put a belt on when I went all the way down. So especially if you have back problems at all, if you're going all the way down on a squat, I would definitely wear a belt. I wear a belt. I don't wear a belt even deadlifts. I'll go really heavy deadlifts from the floor. I don't wear a belt. But squats are different because you have that hip flexion. So anytime you have hip flexion, you potentially, you could hurt your back. Technically, like I said, textbook, you shouldn't have hip flexion on a squat or a leg press. You're going too deep. But I understand the appeal of squatting deep. For one, it doesn't count in a powerlifting contest unless you squat all the way down. So for that reason, I do like to include some squatting all the way down. I haven't done it in a while, so it felt heavy. So big breath in, hold your breath at the bottom. You're gonna breathe when you come back up. I would reset the hips at the top. If you hip thrust forward, extension of the hips, that's gonna reset the spine and also keep it just a little bit safer. So again, squats all the way to ground, not super important. But I understand the appeal. I do them, even though they are they're more dangerous. I think squats to the floor, even with lighter weight, is a more dangerous exercise than loading the bar up and doing partials is a lot safer. And if you think about it, if you're going for hormonal manipulation, overall mass gains, the heavier weight you go, the more productive. So overall, I still say hormonal gains, you're gonna get better after partial heavy reps than full range of motion. But with that said, full range of motion does have its place. You are gonna hit more hamstrings and glutes as you go down a little bit lower and certainly more core. With the belt, big tip with the belt, a lot of people don't do this. If you're wearing a belt, you wanna push your belly against the belt, especially at the bottom, but even the whole time. The whole point in wearing the belt is to support your lower back. So in order to support your lower back, you have to push your stomach against the belt. Push your stomach against the belt, pops your back out, keeps it straight. So it helps you with just posture. So if you're using a belt, certainly push your stomach against the belt when there's tension. That's what it's there for. You do it right, you could even feel your abs the next day from using a weight belt properly. So there's a little bonus tip from Boss Life Fitness.
First time I hate it, cause I'm broke.